Hello everyone, my name is Saksham Dikshit and this is my channel Pentest Diaries. So today we will discuss about the installation of domain controller. So what exactly we're supposed to do in this? So we simply have to install the VMware Workstation free edition on host system Windows 10 on which I'm running this complete PPT and everything. Okay, once the installation is completed, we have to install Windows 10 on VMware Workstation with 25 to 28 GB of RAM and 400 to 500 GB storage. Make Windows up to date with latest patches and then install Hyper-V over it. In case of Hyper-V, I have already provided a link in this and even I'll put it in the description. So these are the two links you have to visit it. Okay, you have to go to that virtual section. You have to get it enabled the virtualization technology. Then in the feature section, we simply have to enable the Hyper-V, and once we click on OK, it's automatically get resolved and we can open it. Okay, there is another way by which through the just to get it enabled, we can use a PowerShell also and we can get it working. Okay, so these things are completed. Now build Windows Server 2019 on Hyper-V, that is DOM1, DOM2 and DOM3. These are the host name, and the configuration of the server is 4 GB and 40 and 50 GB storage. Make sure that once the installations get completed, we have to change the host name of all three servers. And in case of DOM1, domain name is lab.local. In case of DOM2, the domain name is security.lab.local, and in the last DOM3 domain name is cyber.local. Even the link of the ISO I have defined it over here itself. You can download it directly from this. Now it's the same architecture diagram which I have explained you in the last tutorial, and in that, as I explained you, there are three domain controller. One is DOM1 is a primary domain controller, and the DOM2 is a subdomain, and DOM3 is a primary domain controller. There are two forest 1 and the forest 2. Now it's a demo time. So I'll assume that you know how to install a VMware workstation on a system itself, and once the installation is completed, you simply have to mount your ISO of Windows 10 and install that. So I'm not explaining those steps once again. I'm assuming that you can able to install it. So once the Windows 10 system is get installed on the VMware workstation, then you simply have to open Windows Update. Just check that all the patches are up to date or not. If it's already up to date, then we simply have to follow the steps of Hyper-V, which I've already explained you. You have to follow those steps, and once the Hyper-V's get enabled for us, this is a section we are getting it first. Okay, so over here I'll explain you how to create a new virtual machine. As we have to go to this section. Here we have to click on right button, and then we have to select the virtual machine. In the virtual machine, we simply have to go to this section. We have to define the name of the machine itself. So I'm just taking it as a DOM4. Then after that, we have to select a generation 1 only over here. Then we have to define that what's the configuration is 4096, the RAM is supposed to required, and then we'll go to the section where we have to define a network. So as I've already built it, I have to select the internet. We have to create that network adapter itself. So we have to define it like a network adapter is connected to which zone. So it's an internet I have selected over here itself, and then we'll go to this section where we have to define it the storage. I'm defining 50 GB storage. The name is exact the same I want it, and then I'll go to the next section. Over here we have to select this option. We have to select the image also. This is this image of 2019. I'll select this image and click on next, and you can check that whatever the configuration you have defined, is it the same or not. It's look like the same, and I'll click on the finish button. When we click on the finish button, it's automatically pop over here itself. Okay, so till then, like, we have configured it, nothing is get installed so far. So we simply have to start the server and right click on it and click on connect. So once we click on connect, it's automatically pop up and it's showing that Windows 10 Windows 2019 is getting loading just for the installation purposes. Okay, So we'll have to select that options. Click on install now. And we have to select this option. To select the desktop experience, as I'm not going for the CLI itself, so we have to select the desktop experience. We simply have to go to the next section, then accept the license and terms, and then go to this section, custom installation only advanced. The disk is only one we are selecting it, and click on the next, and the installation is started now. It will take some time, as per that what type of storage I will try to get it covered. So now it's completed as per that storage capability. Like in my case, it take very less time, but it may depend on it. If you are using older storage type, it definitely take a lot of time. It may take half an hour or 25 minutes, 20 minutes. So now we'll pop up with that option to make it that we will get that option to configure that administrator password first, then accordingly we'll proceed further with that, and then we'll go inside of the server itself. So it's a complete installation process which I'll try to get it covered over here itself. Okay, the same thing you have to get it replicated for the other domain controller, as we require 3 domain controller in the same setup itself. So this is the one which I'm explaining right now to you, but you have to make it a same setup for others also, so that it will identical. Don't make it a clone of it. Don't try to make it a clone. Try to get it installed all 3 individually, so that there is nothing to be get it replicated for other one, and you have to make it a separate section for each and every domain controller. Okay, so now I defined the password. Then click on finish. Once I click on the finish, it may take some time to get it connected. Once again, I'm getting that option. It's a facility of Hyper-V also, and the feature of our system also. Hyper-V is working bit faster as compared to VMware, so that was the reason I picked Hyper-V over VMware workstation, so that it bit faster for me to get it working the stuffs bit faster. Okay, now we are inside of the server itself. So first thing which I tried to tell you, that which you have to do, the first thing is it's already connected to the internet itself, the NIC card. Okay, so the first thing you have to do it, you simply have to go to this section, and click on check for updates. I'm not clicking on it, okay, as I have already prepared that already prepared the VMs for it, so I'm not preferring with this. This is just for the explanation purpose. I've created DOM 4. There is no DOM 4 is present on our setup, but just to get it explained how to do the installation and everything, I'll explain you by this way. Okay, so once you go inside of the system, you simply have to click on check for updates. Once it's completed, you simply have to change the IP addresses first. Okay, just go to this section, go over here, go to the Ethernet, change it to option. Okay, go over here, and then to that IPv4 exactly is it? Okay, here. So there is a static IP, we have to define it over here. We have to give the static IP address, the subnet we have to give it over here, and then after that the gateway is it. So I'm not defining it over here. Whatever the dynamic IP address I'm getting in, I'll just be continuing with that itself. Okay, or just for the purpose, I'll explain you. Whatever the IP address is defined to this system, I'll try to get it configured the same IP address. Okay, so the IP address defined to this system is this. Okay, so I'll try to get it configured that same IP, 192.168.44. okay, and 170, then 192.168.44.2. This is the gateway. Okay, right now I'm not giving any DNS, just for temporary purposes we can give it 8.8.8. Now click on OK. So the static IP address is already defined. Okay, now we go to that my computer section. Over here I'll click on properties, go to this section and click on change, and over here I'll define it, it's a DOM4. Okay, right now as we have not created any domain, so we can't pull it this system in a domain itself, but just for defining a host name of the system, we have to change the name, and now it's the DOM1. Now it's asked the system to get it restarted, so we'll click on OK once again, and it's popped up with the restart. We'll allow to get it restart. Once it's get restarted, it's automatically get reflected with DOM1 as a host name for this system. Okay, now we simply have to put the password. Okay, so our IP address, static IP address, we have defined it. Then after that, the host name of the server, we have defined it. Now we simply have to go to this section, server manager. Now go to the add and roles and feature, go to the next section, then again click on next section. Then you can see that it's a DOM4 and the IP address which we have defined it. Okay, now go to the next section and we simply have to select this option. Okay, click on add feature, make sure Active Directory domain services, then click on next option, then go to the next, and again go to the next, and then click on install. You have to wait for some time to get it installed, everything. Once the installation is completed, we'll try to go for that configuration of our domain. That I can, like, I'm not going for the lab.local, I'm defining any different type of domain over here, just to explain you how to configure a domain. So right now this feature is getting installed on our server, and once it's get completed, we'll go for our next step, that is we have to create a new domain, and this server is a part of it, and I can say that it's treated as a domain controller. Okay, now you can see that it's completed. We'll click on close. There is a option is coming over, we have to go to this section of flag section, and over here you can see that. Okay, so we have to go to this section, promote this server to a domain controller, click on it, we get the option. So Active Directory domain services configuration wizard is open for us. We have three options: add a domain control to the existing domain, add a new domain to existing forest, or add a new forest. So I am defining it as a new forest. Okay, so anything I'm giving it over here is a test.local, as I do not continue with this itself, just for a temporary purpose I'm creating it, and once the lecture tutorial get completed, I'll delete this automatically. So I already have the complete setup with me, so just for the explanation purpose I've created this test.local. Then go to the next section. It will ask us to define the password. We'll have to wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, now we'll give the password. Okay, once we define the password, we simply have to click on next. You can see that it's a test, as we have defined it test.local, so alias is test. Now we click on next. nothing we have to change. We simply have to click on next, then again next. It will check everything, whether everything is up to date or not. If anything is a problem, we'll try to figure out that and try to get it solved. If it's not, we'll get the option to get it installed directly. So all the pre-request check passed successfully, and I can click on the install. Make sure this highlighting section, you will get it once everything is completed. Is a like it's an indication like everything is proper on my server, and I'll click on install. Now the domain buildup is happening, and once it's get completed, we have to restart our server, and then after that our server automatically is a part of the domain itself, so it's calling as a domain controller. After that, it may take some time to get it completed. Once it's get completed, we'll ask to restart the server. Okay, you can see that now, as it's already, this server was successfully configured as a domain controller. Now I'll click on close, then again on close, and it will restart our server automatically in fraction of seconds. It's restarted. So once it's coming up, we are in a domain itself, and our server is become a domain controller. So now, as you can see that the configuration is get completed. After the restart, we are getting a login page. Now we simply have to put the credentials. We can see that it's showing the domain as test. Okay, so we have to check that before it, whether it's showing the domain alias over there or not. If it's not, then it may be some configuration misconfiguration is there itself, by which we are not getting this. Okay, in my case I'm getting it, so I'll just put my credentials and I'll go inside of it. My credentials is wrong. So now I'm inside of it, and I'll wait for server manager to open it. Then I'll go inside of it and I'll explain you the last part of this video. Okay, so now we'll go to the Active Directory users and the computers. Okay, you can see this test.local section is open over here itself. We simply have to go to this user section, and if we want to create any new user, we can create any new user. I'm taking it as a test, name as a test, last name as a test, user test1. Okay, and then I'll go to the next section. Any password, I'll define it, test@123. Okay, never expire. Whatever the feature you want to get, you can define it over here and then go to the next and then finish. Okay, the password does not meet the password policy. Okay, no problem. We have to set the complex password, so I'll make it a complex password. Let me try once again. It's working now. Okay, so our user is a test user and we defined a password also. So if we want this user as an administrator, we simply have to go to the admin section. I just have to see where exactly the administrator. It's admin controller. We simply have to go to this, go to the member section, try to get it at, search for test. Okay, so our user is become a domain controller. So these are the stuffs I'll try to cover up in this. You have to replicate the same thing for DOM2, DOM3 also, and consider this as a DOM1. This is not DOM4 I'm just making it just for your information. Okay, so you make it DOM1, DOM2 and DOM3 with the same steps, replicate it, and even whatever the domain name I have mentioned in my PPTs, you have to go through by that way only. Prepare it, be ready with the stuffs which I have configured over here. Once you're ready with that, I'll go for the next video, and in the next video I'll try to cover the next portion of this lab setup. Okay, once everything is configured, we'll try a run test on it so that everything is working fine for us or not once everything is completed. So now we'll go back to our slides once again. If you want to connect with me, please access the below mentioned link of LinkedIn, or you can visit my blog. Soon I'll publish my next video. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you next time.